Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of 3 different videos explaining the initial setup, basic operation and advanced operation. Let's start with the initial setup. This camera consists of the camera head and the PTZ base block. The full-frame image sensor is equipped in the camera head. The PTZ base block makes this camera unique by providing a remote pan-tilt-zoom operation for new shooting possibilities. Here on the side, the FR7 has 2 15mm rods to fit additional accessories on if necessary. And this is the pan-tilt lock lever for locking and releasing the pan and tilt movements. On the other side of the camera, there are dual media card slots inside the cover. CF Express Type A and SDX-C cards are supported on both slots. CF Express Type A cards are particularly well suited for high bitrate 4K movie production with high-speed write capability. On the rear side of the PTZ base block, there are several input-output interfaces. The FR7 can be controlled as well as powered via Ethernet cable, and using the PoE++ compatible power delivery device as an alternative option of a conventional DC in. Image and audio can be output via 12G SDI, HDMI, optical fiber SFP port, as well as LAN port for streaming. For the multi-camera operation, the timecode input and the gen lock are also supported. Before connecting the power, let's mount an E-mount lens. Here we are mounting the Power Zoom kit lens FE PZ 28-135mm f4G OSS. When you mount a lens, make sure that the pan-tilt lock lever is locked and the camera head is located at the front end for smoother and safer lens mounting. And then attach the lens. FR7 with a wide variety of Sony's E-mount lenses helps your content creation. Not only panning and tilting, but remote zooming is also possible when Sony's Power Zoom lenses are used. Now, let's turn on the FR7. The FR7 doesn't have a power switch, so it automatically turns on when the DC-in power cable is connected. Then the calibration process begins. During the calibration, the FR7 automatically moves around in pan and tilt directions. You will also see the flashing green light during the calibration. When the calibration process finishes, the green light changes from flashing to a constant light. Now we're all set for shooting. Let's proceed to the next video, which explains the basic operation using a tablet.
Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of
Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of 3 different videos explaining the initial setup, basic operation and advanced operation. You can control the FR7 remotely and wirelessly from your tablet. Let's see how to connect your tablet to the FR7. Before getting started, prepare a Wi-Fi access point, a tablet and an Ethernet cable. Connect the FR7 to the access point, then the access point and tablet respectively. Now let's set up the network. First, connect the FR7 to an access point using the Ethernet cable. When the FR7 is successfully connected to the access point, the network lamp turns green. Next, connect your tablet to the same network. Go to the settings and tap the Wi-Fi, then turn on the Wi-Fi and tap the access points network with the password. Now the FR7 and tablet are under the same network. Let's access the FR7 from the tablet. To do this, open the media cover and scan the QR code from a QR code reader application on your tablet. Once it's been scanned successfully, the access link will be displayed. Now tap the link to launch the web app from a supported web browser such as Safari or Chrome. When you first connect the FR7 with the web app, you will be requested to input username and password. Fill in the initial username admin and keep the password blank, then log in. Change your username and password after the initial login. Now you will see the web app on the screen. You can monitor the live image, control the pan, tilt, zoom operations, play back the recorded footages, and change all the camera settings from this web app. Starting here, we will explain how to use the web app. In the Live tab, you can see the live image feed, and by tapping the display button, the information on the live screen is turned off and on. Below the Live tab is the camera basic configuration pane. You can directly change the camera settings like frame rate, gain, shutter, iris, and more. The FR7 internally has the electronic variable ND filter. To adjust the exposure level, tap the ND filter button, which changes the value clear to manual. Then manually adjust the density using the slider. On the bottom, there are 10 assignable buttons which you can change the assigned function depending on what functions you frequently use. The first 3 buttons are the equivalent to the same number of buttons on the supplied infrared remote control. And at the top right, this is the Record Start Stop button. Tap it to start recording. While recording, the record sign appears on the live screen and the tally lamp on the camera also lights up red. Next, this is the camera control block. You will find 5 blocks: main, focus, audio, stream, and other settings. In the main tab, you can control the base ISO, ND filter, iris setting, and so on. As an example, here you can select the base ISO, low or high. The FR7 can recognize human faces and eyes whilst continuously focusing on them. When faces and eyes are detected, detection frames are displayed on them. You can also tap the subject you want to track, then the FR7 will automatically keep focusing on the subject. In the Focus tab, you can adjust the AF transition speed and AF subject shift sensitivity. When you want a slow and smooth focus transition, change the AF transition speed to a smaller number. Pan, tilt and zoom control is located at the bottom right-hand panel. The vertical up and down control is for the zoom and the circle shape control is for the pan tilt. You can pan and tilt the operation by dragging the white control point on the control to a desired direction. The pan and tilt speed can be adjusted by the amount of dragging. Zoom can be operated in the same way. When a smooth and cinematic pan tilt control is needed, you can slow down the pan tilt speed by sliding the control point to the left. Then a slow and smooth pan tilt operation is available when using a tablet. The preset position function is useful when you want to repeat the same PTZ operations. You can register the current PTZ position by tapping the upper left plus button. The registered position is displayed as a thumbnail, and double tapping the thumbnail moves the FR7 to the registered PTZ position, so you can repeat the same camera work with this function. In addition, you can change the pan tilt speed for each preset. Tap the 3 dots on each thumbnail to change the pan tilt speed. Each time you recall a position, the pan tilt moves with the speed you set. Now, how do we play back the clips on the web app? Well, recorded clips can be checked in the Playback tab found on the top. When you tap the thumbnail button, recorded clips in the memory card are displayed on the thumbnail screen. Select a clip you want to play back by arrow buttons and tap the Set button to play back the selected footage. Additionally, other detail settings are available from the Setting tab. Setting items are categorized by shooting, project, paint and look, pan and tilt, network, and streaming. For example, let's check the project settings. You see base setting, record format, and others. If you select record format, you can configure the frame rate, images scan mode, codec, and others. It's advisable to make the necessary setting changes here before filming. There is another camera setting menu on the Live tab. Open the Cam GUI button at the bottom right controls and tap the Menu button. Then you can see the camera setting menu on the Live screen. Tap the arrow buttons to select the items. In this way, you can easily control the FR7 wirelessly from your tablet. Furthermore, it is also possible to control multiple units of the FR7 from one tablet by accessing additional ones in the same procedure. Scan the QR code of the second FR7 to open a new tab in your browser and control the second FR7 from a new tab. In addition, you can also control the FR7 from the computer instead of a tablet. To connect from your computer, simply input the address written on the QR code sticker from the supported browser. So you can choose a tablet or computer depending on your shooting conditions. Another option is the supplied infrared remote control. Basic PTZ operations, focus control, camera menu settings are also available. Now you can operate the FR7 with your tablet and computer, as well as the supplied infrared remote control. Next, let's take a look at the advanced operation with a dedicated remote controller.
Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of
Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of 3 different videos explaining the initial setup, basic operation, and advanced operation. A remote controller RM-IP500 is available as an optional accessory that enables more intuitive PTZ operation and makes the multiple camera operations easy. This is the Sony's remote controller RM-IP500. The RM-IP500 has a dedicated joystick that enables smooth and intuitive pan-tilt operations. It has a seesaw lever which supports easy-to-use zoom operation. Focus and iris controls are also here, and you can seamlessly control the FR7's electronic variable ND filter. Even when operating multiple cameras, you can easily switch cameras by pressing the camera number button directly. Up to 100 units of the FR7 can be operated from one RM-IP500. In addition, it has the functions for record start, stop, and color adjustment. Let's now look at how we can set up the network configuration. Connect the FR7, RM-IP500 and computer to the same network using a network switch. In this guide, we control 2 units of the FR7 from one RM-IP500. The power is supplied by an Ethernet cable using a PoE++ compatible power delivery device as an alternative option of a conventional DC in. At first, connect the Ethernet cable to the FR7. The power is supplied via a PoE++ compatible power delivery device. This then powers the FR7 on. Let's set up the RM-IP500. Select Assign Cam under Auto IP Setup in the menu of the RM-IP500. Then it will automatically recognize the FR7s on the same network. It then assigns the camera numbers respectively. The camera number buttons assigned to the cameras are lit blue. You can check if the cameras are connected correctly. In this case, two FR7s are assigned to the camera buttons number 1 and number 2. Let's now look at how we can operate the FR7. Press the camera button number 1 lit in blue. Then number 1 button turns to yellow and you can control it. You can also identify which camera is now controlling by checking the tally lamp. You can change the tally control settings to turn on the tally lamp of the selected camera. The joystick operation is easy to use. You can control the pan-tilt direction and speed by tilting the joystick. Intuitive pan-tilt control is possible with a dedicated controller, even for subjects that move irregularly. Intuitive zoom control is also available with the zoom lever. By operating the joystick with your right hand and the zoom lever with your left hand, you can operate pan, tilt and zoom at the same time. This cannot be done from a tablet or computer. It also supports the preset position function. To register a preset position, make sure that the direct recall button is turned off. Then press the number button you want to register, and then press and hold the store button. The current location is now registered as a preset position. When recalling a preset position, make sure that the direct recall button is on, and then press the registration number of the preset position you want to recall. The camera will automatically move to the registered preset position. If you use a tablet together with the RM IP500, you can operate the FR7 more efficiently and easily. For example, focus transition is available by touching the subject on the live screen and controlling the pan tilt with the RM IP500. For multi-camera operations, it is even more convenient to have as many tablets as there are cameras. Checking the live view image and changing settings are available from each tablet, and intuitive camera control is also possible from the RM IP500. By using the RM IP500 remote controller in this way, you can operate multiple units of the FR7 effectively. This means you can maximize the FR7's performance at video production sites where responsiveness is required for live shooting and repeat shooting.
Alpha.
The cinema line camera FR7 is an E-mount interchangeable lens camera with a full-frame image sensor and built-in pan-tilt-zoom functionality. This is a starting guide for those who use the FR7 for the first time and consists of